When we try to define consciousness, we tend to do it from an individual standpoint, our own state of awareness. From a broader perspective, however, we can see that consciousness exceeds both, in scope and power, that of the individual status. Western science is moving toward a view that will eventually agree with the insights of the ancient rishis and sages, as it has definitively determined that matter is a form of energy, and in fact maintains immense energy potential locked up in the concentrated form that we call matter. The definition set forth by Einstein, E equals mc squared, describes the amount of energy in matter as being the mass of the matter times the speed of light squared, an enormous number. Now, scientists on the cutting edge of theoretical science are beginning to recognize that energy itself is a form of consciousness. They have not yet developed a formula for the conversion of energy into pure consciousness, but maybe we can start with C equals EC squared as a first step, recognizing that the inherent level of consciousness contained within any quantum of energy is an immense number. It is, of course, not possible to contain consciousness within a specific formula of this type, but we need to at least recognize that it encompasses the creation of energy and matter without itself being limited. Turning then to the implications of this approach for any individual life, it is clear that enormous powers of consciousness lie contained, latent, embedded within our physical body and our vital energetic being. Liberation of even a small amount of this latent consciousness can have a transformative effect, just as the liberation of energy from matter represents a powerful force in its own right. Dr. Dalal writes, quote, "The term power is often used to mean force of influence, political, financial, or social. Such external power is to be distinguished from the powers within spoken of in this book, consisting of abilities, capacities, or faculties which are inherent in the human constitution, though more or less dormant or undeveloped. According to the Vedantic view, the fundamental reality constituting the human being, as well as the universe, is Chit, or consciousness. All energy, dynamism, or power comes from consciousness. For, as Sri Aurobindo states, quote, absolute consciousness is in its nature absolute power. The nature of Chit is Shakti, force, end quote." Dr. Dalal continues, "Therefore, Chit is called also Chit Shakti, consciousness force. Thus, the different forms of consciousness, physical, vital, mental, subliminal, subconscient, and superconscient, are different formulations of powers of consciousness. In our ordinary state of consciousness, we identify ourselves with our separate individual self called the ego, and seek power for the aggrandizement of the ego. But from a deeper point of view, all the endeavors of the ego are motivated unconsciously by the urge to discover one's true self and its powers of consciousness." End quote. Reference, Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, Powers Within, Introduction, page Roman 9.